emotional suicide whenever I was with you. Why would you date me if you fucking hate me? And why would you fuck me if you think that I'm ugly? I hope it hurts when you think of me. I hope you know that you sicken me. I hope it hurts when you think of me. I hope you know that you sicken me. What did I do to make you so cruel? You treated me like I'm a fucking fool. I'm choking on all the breath I waste, while blood and vomit's all I can taste. Talking to you is like ripping out my own teeth one by one from my gums as I start to bleed. I sit there nauseous and I sit there spineless, just waiting for you to break the silence. I hope it hurts when you think of me. I hope you know that you sicken me. I hope it hurts when you think of me. I hope you know that you sicken me. What did I do to make you so cruel? You treated me like I'm a fucking fool. I'm choking on all the breath I waste, while blood and vomit's all I can taste. You were a dream that felt like torture, but torture would have been a dream. Nails on a chalkboard as I hear you speak, always wanting me to look weak. I hope it hurts when you think of me. I hope you know that you sicken me. I hope it hurts when you think of me. I hope you know that you sicken me. What did I do to make you so cruel? You treated me like I'm a fucking fool. I'm choking on all the breath I waste, while blood and vomit's all I can taste. What did I do to make you so cruel? You treated me like I'm a fucking fool. I'm choking on all the breath I waste, blood and vomit when I see your face.
That love song was performed by Psycho Brat in a way you've never heard him before. And maybe you're hearing him for the first time here on WNHH FM, live at Studio 51, Acoustic Session, Acoustic Thursday. And we're welcoming a local band, Psycho Brat. It's been around for a bunch of years, a punk band that is playing their first ever acoustic set here on WNHH FM. I love that song.
Thank you.
That was a great song.
Thank you so much.
And it's interesting. I guess acoustic, you can hear the words more, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And so what inspired you to write about the person who you hope that, what was it, blood and vomit? I hope it hurts when you think of me. I hope you know that you sicken me. What inspired you to write a song like that? I
actually was in like a very emotionally abusive relationship for about 4 years at the end of high school and into the beginning of college. And after we broke up, he was kind of borderline stalking me a little bit. And he just kept trying to contact me. All of his friends kept trying to contact me for him. And I just would not answer. And I didn't really know what to do with those feelings. So I decided to just write about them. And then I messaged Holden and I was like, hey, can you help me record this song I wrote?
And so you did answer him.
I did answer him, but I don't know if he's ever heard it. But we'll see.
So Psycho Brat's a band out of West Haven. They've been around since 2022. Ava Robinson, who you just heard from, is the vocalist. And you the main songwriter? You write together?
We songwrite together. I'm the main songwriter. I write almost all of our lyrics, and I help with the guitar parts, except I actually write our songs on ukulele, and then we kind of transpose them onto guitar. And then usually I come up with the lyrics, and then we sit down as a band and just kind of noodle around and brainstorm, and then I'm like, wait, that would fit with these words.
And Holden is Holden Newton on guitar. Aloysius Ribeiro, did I say that right?
No, we actually just got a new bassist. This is Jaden, our new...
Oh, and what's your last name, Jaden? Laughlin. All right. Jaden on bass, and Brady Gingell on the drums. And so what made you want to do an acoustic set, and what did you have to do You're a punk band, you thrash, right? What did you have to do to convert this to acoustic?
Well, since they're all original songs, it made it a lot easier to turn them acoustic. We just picked up the acoustic guitar, and I asked Brady if he had a cajon, and he said, yes, I do. So we were like, let's try it out. We spent a few weeks just practicing here and there, testing it out, what would work and what wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. And then we were like, let's do the whole EP that I released back in January 2024 and do that whole EP as an acoustic version.
And now you have a new single or a new EP?
We have a new EP out, but we are working on an album right now.
And that your single from that is Fuck 47.
Yes.
About the president.
Yes.
And that got a big reception at Cafe 9. People have been wanting to hear this. They want that release. What inspired that song?
I personally was really pissed about the election of the outcome of the election. And I decided to write about it because I didn't really know what to do with my feelings, because that's just how I cope. And I messaged the rest of the band. I said, guys, can we turn this into a song? And they were like, yes, absolutely. So we finished that up, and I said, I want to release it the day before inauguration.
So you released it on January 19th?
Yes.
What's been the reaction?
It's all been positive so far. People have seemed to really like it and connect with it.
And we're not hearing it today because it didn't really convert to acoustic, you said.
Yeah, it didn't really work out acoustically because it kind of fits into a more hardcore punk genre, like kind of along the lines of like Minor Threat and Black Flag genre.
Have you gotten reactions beyond local on this song?
Yeah, we've gotten some reactions online, some very positive ones. We got put onto a Women in Punk playlist on Spotify, which was very exciting.
So what does that mean now? How many people, do they pay you per listen, or do they pay you a flat fee?
They don't pay us. It just is kind of free promotion in a way. The playlist has like over 2,000 follows on Spotify, and people tend to listen to it, and it helps us gain more monthly listeners. And then we also posted about it on TikTok, which gained a little bit of traction and helped us gain some followers on all of our platforms and some listeners.
Okay, so you listen to Psycho Brat. What song we got next?
Next up, we've got Stop Calling Me Ramona Flowers.
Okay. This is on Acoustic Thursday, Studio 51, WNHH FM, Psycho Brat.
You made me hate myself and idolize your unhealthy habits, destined for failure and misbehavior. In your eyes I was never enough, but in your eyes I was always too much. Manic pixie dream girl is all I'll ever be, desperately wanting for somebody to love me. Manic pixie dream girl is all I'll ever be, with bright pink hair, sickeningly sweet, insecure but confident, small and worthless but too large and loud, took up too much space in your sad life. Maybe if I had been quieter, maybe I would be digestible. Manic pixie dream girl is all I'll ever be, desperately wanting for somebody to love me. Manic pixie dream girl is all I'll ever be, with bright pink hair, sickeningly sweet. Maybe if I was conventional, then you would have stayed. I taught you how to love, just for you to leave. Have you heard this record? It really saved my fucking life. My room is a mess, just like my brain. Don't you love that I'm so unique, and that I'm not like other girls? Manic pixie dream girl is all I'll ever be, desperately wanting for somebody to love me. Manic pixie dream girl is all I'll ever be. With bright pink hair, I'm sickeningly sweet.
You were just listening to Psycho Brat with Manic. Well, you don't call it Manic Pixie Dream Girl. You call it Don't Call Me Ramona Flowers.
Yeah, stop calling me Ramona Flowers.
All right, here on WNHHFM's Acoustic Thursday. We're listening to the first ever, this historic moment, first ever acoustic set.
Yes.
By the punk band Psycho Brats. They're out of West Haven. 3, you go to University of New Haven?
2 of us.
2 of us.
One of us is an alum. Holden is an alum.
And Jaden is a jack of all trades. What do you do for a living, Holden?
I work as an audiovisual technician at the hotel.
Cool. And so tell me about the band. You call yourself an emo punk riot girl band. So what are your main influences?
My main influences, I'd say, are probably Pierce the Veil. That's where the emo comes from, which really inspires the lyrics that I write. And then I'm also heavily influenced by like all of the big riot girl bands, so like Bikini Kill, Sleater Kinney. I also really like the band Mommy Longlegs. They kind of inspire our sound a lot, and a lot of just like hardcore bands I've been getting into recently. I've been listening to a lot of Suicidal Tendencies actually, which is kind of where we get like the vocal style that I go for. As well as probably like Descendants. I'd say we go for like a Descendants vibe a lot.
I was talking to Jaden before on the air, but I mentioned this. He talked about growing up in this intergenerational household. So his great grandparents, was a Glenn Miller, and then got the '60s music with the baby boomer grandparents or parents.
A great aunt,
great aunt,
grandma, great uncle.
And did the next generation influence you on anything?
Pretty much after that, I kind of went off on myself. I just dived into music. Went from the Beatles to the Monkees to the Beach Boys, and then Led Zeppelin, Doors, Cream.
You mentioned Rush, which interested me.
Oh my God, I love Rush.
And so since you play bass, you also play acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
What led you to an emo punk band?
I wanted to get into the scene because I've been playing dad rock for like the past 5 years.
Dad rock, yeah.
And I need to get out of it. And I have a lot of friends that are in the scene right now. And I go to a lot of their shows and stuff, and I was like, you know what? I want to try this out.
And how you feeling that? How's that speaking to you after you play Gordon Lightfoot?
Loving every moment.
All right. And tell me about you, Brady, about what got you into the music originally, because you're playing drums, and how'd you get into this genre? Is this what you started with, or what?
Yeah, so I've been playing drums since I was 9 years old. Music has always been a part of my life. I grew up in my mom raised me. She was a single mom, so like music was always like an escape for me when like things were going on or whatever. And then I'm majoring in music industry at University of New Haven, like Ava is. We had a class together my freshman year, and then over the summer, she texted me asking if I wanted to be in her band. I was like, of course. I've been wanting to get into a band since I started college, but just didn't really find anybody. And then now I've always loved punk music. I like more pop punk. I like Blink-182, Fall Out Boy. Like that's like the stuff I grew up listening to. But now it's like a lot of fun going to these shows, being in the scene. It's awesome.
And tell me about you, Holden. What kind of stuff did you grow up playing, and how'd you end up with this genre?
So I grew up as a kind of jack of all trades in terms of listening. My dad raised me on a lot of classic rock, GNR, that kind of stuff. It's also because of him that I am into a lot of like grunge music, and from grunge music I kind of transitioned into like metal and punk and all that. So I've always kind of listened to harder genres.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Ava approached me and kind of asked me to join her band, I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like I've been wanting to play punk music forever because I've been trying to make like indie music solo, but being able to play something harder is definitely fantastic.
And do you play mostly acoustic in your free time, or are you mostly electric guitar?
Kind of 50-50.
And how do you adjust how you play with each? What's different? Like, does the action factor into it? Like how much you do a bar chord, or how many strings you play?
Exactly.
Does your right hand change in how you do the rhythm?
When I play acoustic, I tend to arpeggiate more than I play with, because like when I play electric...
Well, you're still doing the hard rhythm, but you throw in the arpeggios, like for the listener, that's like the single notes up and down the strings, yeah.
When I play electric, I utilize feedback a lot. And so I kind of I hold my guitar up to the amp and let the noises speak for themselves. But with acoustic, I can't really do that.
And how do you feel about like this? Some people would say you go wider and more dimensions when you have all the electronics and you could do the sound. Other people say there's something kind of raw and even more expressive about the acoustic. Is it just neither's more? Is it more both ways?
How expressive it goes really depends on how you play it. Like, playing expressively with acoustic guitar does require that you arpeggiate and kind of put more, for lack of a better term, effort into it than with electric. But
was the effort different with electric because you could electronics give you so many more effects you could do,
exactly.
But with that freedom comes the challenge of actually doing something with it, not just doing gimmicks.
Exactly, you get overwhelmed with how many options.
So can you think of an example where you harness something with one of your band's songs when you decide, here's a choice I made about electronic effect with guitar, where I'm trying to bring out something Ava's writing or something that Jaden's doing on the bass?
When we play Crying Over Spilled Milk live, I discovered a really specific harmonic that I really like to play. It's like in between the second and the third fret. And that kind of amplifies the, I guess, shock factor of the song would be a good...
Yeah.
And harmonic is accurate to say it's when you don't press the strings all the way down, you're pressing them part way, and you get a much higher sound out of that.
Exactly.
But when you're not at the 5th or 7th fret, don't you have to do something else to get that harmonic sound in the middle of a fret?
It all depends on the ratio of the string, and I was a music major, not a math major, so I don't really know the math behind it.
But I'm interested that you go in between two frets to get that harmonic.
Yeah, so it's like in between the second and third fret.
Actually, aren't you between the 3rd and 4th?
No, the second and third.
Okay.
I think, and then.
But what do you do to make it different from if you were at the 2nd or at the 3rd?
It's just I just found a pitch that works.
All right, cool. So what do you find next? We're going to play first next, Ava.
Our next song is called Questions Unanswered, Questions Unasked.
Questions Unanswered, Question Unasked from Psycho Brat on WNHH FM in their inaugural acoustic performance.
Why would you caress my face just to break me the next day? Were you honest when you said this was the happiest you've been? Did you love me? Were you lying? Did you even really care? Why would you take my love and never give it back? And why would you steal my heart just to throw it in the trash? Did you love me? Were you lying? Did you even really care? Why can't I be mad at you for what you are putting me through? How are you so fucking fine when I can't sleep at fucking night? Why would you take my love and never give it back? And why would you steal my heart just to throw it in the trash? Did you love me? Were you lying? Did you even really care? Your name, I never want to see your face. Get out of my dreams, get out of my head, get out of my heart, get out of my bed. Why would you take my love and never give it back? And why would you steal my heart just to throw it in the trash? Did you love me? Were you lying? Did you even really care? Were you even worth the heartache? Every night I dread the daybreak. You made me love to live, and now you make me want to die. Why would you steal my love and never give it back? And why would you take my heart just to throw it in the trash? Did you love me? Were you lying? Did you even really care? Did you love me? Were you lying? Did you even really care?
Questions Unanswered, Questions
Unasked.
Unasked. But I thought it was the statements that made that song. That was Psycho Brat on WNHHFM's Acoustic Thursday studio. If they're on the line, get out of my dreams, get out of my head, get out of my bed. Was that
Get out of my heart, get out of my bed. Yes.
So that's kind of like not asking or answering the questions. Isn't that making declarations? Part of the point of writing these songs, Ava. First of all, are these all based on real experiences?
Yes.
Is this the same guy who was not bugging you?
This is a different guy.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're a dangerous person to date.
I know.
But that might make it fun, right? But let me ask you, did you feel the process of writing the song? You talked about all these other songs, the Trump song, about processing feelings and not knowing what to do with them. Is there something purgative about writing about? Did you feel like making that declaration, that song, does it make you feel like you have more agency, more ability to not have somebody push you around or not feel overwhelmed by a feeling?
Absolutely.
Am I putting words in your mouth?
No, that's absolutely correct. That's kind of why I do it.
Okay. What do you guys hopes for the band, the dreams? What do you have coming up? You have a new EP you're working on. Oh, you have an EP, your new album you're working on.
Yes, we're working on an album. We have some shows coming up. One thing that we're really, really trying to do is open for a band that we like.
What would the dream band be?
The dream band that we really want to open for, at least personally, is Nerve Herder. They're a California-based band.
I don't know them. Nerve Herder?
Yes, it's a Star Wars reference. They're a California-based nerd punk band, is what they call themselves.
Mm-hmm. So if they come here, would it be the Space Ballroom? Or
they're playing at Space Ballroom, and we really want to open for them. I personally love them.
So how's that going? How do you go about trying to open for them?
I have reached out and emailed booking at Manic Presents, so I'm hoping to hear back from them soon. And I also have a friend that works there, so I'm talking to her and hoping to get that.
When is that show?
It's in April.
April what?
12th.
Oh, that's around the corner.
Yeah, so really hoping that works out, but it's also no worries.
What
if it
about
doesn't.
larger dreams for the band? Do you see yourselves sticking it together? Do you see what you're hoping to do? You hope to tour one day if you can build some kind of national, long tail, the internet following?
That's the dream. That's absolutely the dream. We're hoping to plan a mini tour this summer, and I also have some connections down in Nashville for us to hopefully play a few shows down there.
And you could fly from Tweed.
That's true, we could.
I hear you have to get there 3 hours early for TSA.
Yes.
Okay. And they're going to check your bags. But I think you guys are great.
Thank you so much.
I hope you hit a bit. I've really enjoyed listening to the songs today.
I think
the lyrics are great. I think the rhythms are great. I love what you're doing with the drums acoustic. But am I wrong to think you're probably not going to be doing a lot more acoustic shows?
Probably not, but we are maybe going to do a few, like 1 or 2 in the future, because we have some other songs that we've put together acoustically, just covers that we might want to play.
What kind of covers?
We put together a cover of the song Sockhead by Destructo Disc and 12 Fractures by Pierce the Veil, and those are 2.
But no Gordon Lightfoot and James Taylor.
No.
I would like to hear them punk, actually. If you're going to do a James Taylor cover.
I suggested you Get Around by
Yeah.
That could definitely work. Get Around.
Beach Boys or the Monkees punk would be really fun. I love the Monkees.
Because the spirit of the Monkees is kind of punk.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though Neil Diamond is writing some of the songs. Yeah.
I love the Monkees. They're one of my faves.
And how do people find out about you? Bandcamp, Psycho Brat?
Yes, we're on Bandcamp. We're on all streaming services and all social media.
Well, thanks for making history today on WNHHFM by hearing Psycho Brat and Acoustic. I've been digging it. I love you guys.
Thank you.
I hope that you get that Space Ballroom gig, but more importantly, I hope more people get to listen to you.
Thank you so much.
So what song are we closing out on?
The last one is called Crying Over Spilled Milk. It's the title track.
All right. And thanks to Harry Jost for producing today's show.
The other day my car broke down, and so I followed after, and I cry when it's too hot inside. I'm suffocating, and when I can't find something, I fucking hate it. I wish that I could hide whatever I am feeling, but little things bother me and get under my skin. I don't know why I cry cry, but I can't fucking help it. I've always been sensitive ever since I was a kid. Small problems feel so big to me, and I just wanna scream. Lights are just always too bright, and nothing's ever right. I'm always filled with guilt. I'm crying over spilled milk.